game you play. Let's move on to game week 36, our decisions. So I've got 2 free transfers. Bench lad Calvert-Lewin is going to go for Ings, and in order to get him in, I've got to free up a 0.2 somewhere, or it could end up being 0.3 by the time I do it tomorrow. So I'm seriously considering Mahrez to David Silva, and I think he's a captain candidate. Fernandez is obviously the captain candidate, the main one. David Silva or Pulisic also in the running for me, and I'm also considering possibly bench boosting. But weirdly, I might take a hit to do that, which sort of defeats the object of it. But I'm like 60k at the moment, so I just want a better bench. I'm not sure Aurier is going to be available for understandable reasons. Fernandez with a Z, I'm not sure I want against Spurs. But I don't know. Newcastle at home to Spurs is Mourinho. Yeah. I quite fancy him. And obviously the rest of it will be Southampton. So I'll have McCarthy, Stevens and Ings there. And one option... if I thought Aurier was going to play, which I don't think he will, would be Fernandez down to Lamptey. And I think Lamptey at Brighton is a great little enabler for those. You just have a good bench player. He's going to play. He's rested the last game. I think he'll play Southampton. He's an option there. I've got too many options, I think, and it's really annoying, so I won't bore people with the whole thing. But basically, David Silva and Ings are in my thoughts somewhere. So yeah, that's me, captain up in the air. Let's see how Fernandez gets on tonight. Andy, let's have a look at your team. You've got McCarthy in goal playing here, and you've got Sace, Maguire, Alexander-Arnold, Fernandez captain, De Bruyne, Antonio, Mahrez, Martial, Jesus and Jimenez. That's looks fine. I mean, are you going to make any changes or...
Oh, yeah, I am, because I've got 2 free transfers because I didn't do the Jimenez to Vardy move last week, which I was almost as happy that Jimenez outscored Vardy as I was about Antonio. Just that was a nice feeling when Vardy only got 7 points. But yeah, I've got 2 free transfers, so I've got to use them. I mean, I can make the Maguire to Greenwood switch now for free, which I've put off because I haven't wanted to take a hit to do it. But I just don't feel like that's aggressive enough play at this point. So I'm just going to keep Maguire. I don't think there's necessarily a massive chance that Greenwood hugely outscores Maguire by the end of the season. He might outscore him. I don't know if it's worth a transfer to switch. So I'm going to keep Maguire. So it's probably going to be Jimenez to Ings, which I guess is not that aggressive given Ings' ownership and loads of people will jump on him. And then I've got 1 free transfer left, and I'm wondering whether to roll it until game week 38. But there's so much potential before then. Do I just get Sterling in for De Bruyne?
So boring, Andy.
Exactly. Do I go Mahrez to David Silva? That's another option. I've toyed with holding on to Antonio for this week, and then next week benching him against Man United and upgrading Nketiah to maybe a Chris Wood or something like that. But ultimately, I think what I'll do is Jimenez to Ings, and I'll wait for that early Chelsea team news, and I might just go Antonio after 26 points straight to Pulisic, because Antonio's last game is good. It's Aston Villa at home, but the one after Watford is Man United away, and Pulisic versus Liverpool away is probably not any worse than that. And Norwich at home is obviously better than Watford at home. So I'm thinking about making that switch if he plays. But it's very hard to take out a player after he's just scored 4 goals for you. But maybe it's the time to jump off. I don't think he's going to get another 4 goals against Watford. But we should say, even before that Norwich game, he's looked really good. And his underlying stats have been really good as well. So I would not be surprised if he gets anything against Watford. But just versus Pulisic against Norwich, I don't know. But definitely Jimenez to Ings. After that, I'll think about the other one. And captaincy, I don't know if I will captain Pulisic, to be honest. I might just stick it on Fernandez again. Let's see what happens tonight. I just think he's been so good. Crystal Palace are awful. Just I keep going what I'm doing. And I should, really quickly, a few weeks ago I said to you when I had a really good rank rise, I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't go massively differential. I just left it boring. And since then, I've tried to do all these crazy things. It's gone really bad until this week where I made no transfers. And it just went good again. So obviously Antonio came in that I got in the week before. But yeah, I don't know about going crazy differential. It's just not the kind of player I am. So probably Jimenez to Ings and then worry about the rest.
I saw a great quote on Twitter, which was playing FPL is like when you're in a lane in traffic and you try and swap and then the cars in the lane you're in go past you. Then you try and swap again and then the other cars go past you. It's exactly what it's like. You try and be patient and you get burnt by, you should have gone aggressive. You try and be aggressive and you get burnt by, you should have been patient. So it's nice that it paid off for you for once.
So I'm going to try exactly the same now.
I did something weird this week. I worked out how much I've got from my transfers since lockdown. and I'm up 42 points net from the transfers I've made. So doing transfers and sorry these are transfers with hits. So it's like, are hits worth it? And the net gain from taking 2 hits to steady the ship has been 42 points. And I think that shows that you can do that to steady the ship. I think if you've got players like, for example, Calvert-Lewin's a good example of that. I think he's he's a player. He's just going to get you 2 points. And I had the likes of Grealish, for example. He's just a 2-point guy. And others like that. And if you spot those types of players, and they're quite well owned, and you can move them out to differentials, that's the thing to do. But my rank at the moment is it's nowhere near the top 10k, and 42 point net gain is not whoop-de-doo time. It's because you got like 50 point gain on the average this week. As this is the sort of thing you need to be getting. I need to be getting like 42 points every week. And that makes it tough, and it makes it tough for people who are playing the game, mental health wise. They invest so much in it and go, why am I rising up the rankings? Well, it's just really tough at the moment, and just accept that. And it's not tough as in it's something you can't do. It's just one of these things. You've got to second guess pet roulette. We've talked about the Chelsea as well. Do you free hit there? You wild card here, then suddenly there's a pandemic. This is I'm going to put an asterisk by this season, and I don't care what anyone says, because this is an asterisk season. Definitely. What are you doing? Game week 36.
Yeah, and like you said, game week 30, I was ranked 94k. Yeah. End of game week 34, I was ranked 93k. So 5 weeks of thinking and looking at tables and all this stuff, and I went up 1,000 places. So it was, and then you just get lucky with a 4-goal haul like that. And what am I thinking? Well, I don't really know. I'm looking at my team, and I just think it looks ridiculously strong, and I'm really happy with it. But then I think I've got to use this free hit at some point, and I could do De Bruyne to Foden, because I think Foden is one of the most likely people to start that game, and De Bruyne I'm not sure about. I could take a bit of a punt on Giroud. I could get in Jesus. I could sort my defence out, because that isn't looking too good this week. So I could do it. If Alonso's in the team, he's coming in, definitely. I want Alonso versus Norwich. I can always bench him next week against Liverpool, and I've got Lascelles against Brighton, which is fine. I don't mind playing him. And then the final week of the season, I'd free hit if I didn't do it this week. So, really, I've only got to worry about my players for the next 2 weeks if I don't free hit this week. So that's an option. I could get in Jesus instead of Vardy if Alonso doesn't play. So that would be what I'd do if I didn't free hit. If I did free hit, it would be quite exciting, but I don't think I'd make too many changes outside of the defence and De Bruyne for Foden and maybe Vardy for Jesus. So I don't know. It's tricky. It's stressful. I don't want this chip anymore. I want it off my back. I'm jealous that neither of you have it, because I just think it's going to go.
Like it now. I think it's
going to go wrong.
I do think it's. My having a bench boost is rubbish. Because you're forced into moves. I've got to upgrade Foster, or I've got to upgrade Fernandez with a Z. These. At
least you're guaranteed points with it, though. You're going to get at least like 4 points more than you would have done if you didn't use it. Yeah, whereas I could end up like 30 points down if I get it wrong. I don't want to be spending
my time upgrading these blokes. But just for the benefit, before I forget, of those listening on the podcast, you've got De Gea in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Doherty, Aurier, Sterling, De Bruyne, Fernandes, and Pulisic captain, Antonio, and up front Vardy and Greenwood, and then on your bench Martinez, who I think is a great option as a goalie, even though you have Day, but a great backup. Calvert-Lewin, Justin, who is a really good bench option here, and I think perhaps even better than Calvert-Lewin, and Lascelles. So Justin is up for Leicester, is up against Sheffield United.
Yeah, but he's a great option against Bournemouth, and he ended up being my lowest scoring defender. Got big fat 0.
I just put 3 past Chelsea as well.
Yeah, he's the outliers. But it's tough this season, and I hope we've kind of expressed that in a way. And I think people who are experiencing the highs and lows of FPL, I hope we've got you covered for game week 36. We're obviously going to be back again probably tomorrow. It's going so fast for game week 37. I think it's later in the week though. We'll be back for the Scoutcast. Just before we go,
can I say one more thing on the free hit just before I go? Just one reason why I'm considering not doing the free hit is because one of the biggest disadvantages of it is you lose that transfer. So say I bring in Jesus this week and I do this team, and then I want him next week. I've then got to use a transfer to bring him in next week, and then I can't get Ings or Aubameyang, or it kind of puts you one step behind as well. So that is why I think saving it for the final day can be quite powerful, because you don't have to worry about your transfers after that, and you can use it sort of before then. So that's one reason why I might wait.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a big decision to make using these chips. And I hope they sort of change the chips a bit next season. But to be honest, if they just carry on, and I won't. I'll forgive them, because it's a tough time, isn't it? And these developers just get the game out and get it nicely, and that's fine. That'll do me. But remember, everyone, all the stats, season ticker, etc. that we've used here is from the Fantasy Football Scout members area. Please do sign up. Invaluable information there. We've also, if you've enjoyed this episode, please do remember to like it. We do like that. And remember to subscribe as well to keep up to date with our latest videos and podcasts. But in the meantime, it's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye all.